Hi students, I hope you are fine and healthy at your home. Now we are going to start new chapter, which is chapter number 5th. Its name is Law of Motion. In this, before starting this chapter, you just revise the previous topics. Law of motion, due to the 9th class, you have studied law of motion, 3 law given by Newton. Now we will see the inertia. What is inertia? We have studied earlier. The properties of bodies by which bodies are unable to change their state of rest or motion. The properties of the body which the body are unable to change their state. Inertia is classified into two categories: inertia of rest, inertia of motion. So, a body in a rest position, in rest condition, it will be in a rest position until and unless when we are not applying external force on it, which is first law of motion. If it is unable to change the rest position, so it is known as the inertia of rest. Second one, similar that if body is in a motion, it will continue to in a motion until and unless we are not applying the external force on it. It is known as the inertia of motion. So we know this, you just study by according to your book. Now we'll see some shortcut and key points related to the force. What is force? Force is an external agent which produce or tends to produce change in the state, rest, motion. So force is a external agent applied by the externally. The force is an external agent which produce or tend to produce change in a state of rest or motion. What is the effect of force in a body? It produces to change in a state. It can change the position of rest. It can change in a side. So this is the definition of force. So hi students, now we'll see the impulse. What is the definition of impulse? We have studied earlier classes when a greater force applied for a small interval of time. When a greater force applied for a small interval of time on a body, then product of force and time interval is called impulse. When a greater force applied for a small interval of time, I equal to F into T, where F is force, greater force is T is a time, it is applied for a small interval of time T. So our impulse is represented by I, which is I equal to F into T. That means a greater force applied for a small interval of time. Also we will see about momentum. The product of the mass and velocity is known as a momentum. We have studied Newton's second law, which is give our definition for the momentum. The product of mass and velocity is called momentum. So P equal to, momentum is generally represented by P equal to m into v. So that means product of mass and velocity. So P equal to mv is our momentum. Try to collect all the data, necessary data regarding to the definition. If you have to first cover all the basic points regarding this chapter, then you only come to know about the derivation. So try to finish this shortest definition. Thank you. We'll solve the numerical in the next video. So now we'll see the definition of concurrent force. When the line of action of two or more force pass through a point, then the force is called concurrent force. When the line of action of two or more force pass through a point. One point, many forces passing, F1, F2, F3, F4, Fn force is passing through a line, then it is known as a concurrent force. Then for that concurrent force, vector F1 plus F2 plus F3 test Fn will be 0. So when a line of force, two or more force passes through a point, then it is known as a concurrent force. So try to understand all the questions and solve the other questions regarding this. Then we'll see next video. Also prepare about Newton's law of motion. basic definition, complete basic definition, then we'll move for the derivation. So this law of motion plays important part in our physics. It is very interesting and important unit. So we'll see this numerical question in another video. Thank you.